At the beginning of episode 11, a flashback to the memories between Hee Ju and Seok when they first got married. Hee Ju prepares breakfast for Seok, but Seok tells her that he doesn't need to eat. In fact, he just needs her to stay home so he can protect her. And that's Seok's coldness towards Hee Ju in the past 3 years. And these are the last moments of episode 10, when Seok still hears Hee Ju's voice, hears her say that she will protect and love him very much. At the scene of the accident, the police give him Hee Ju's shoes. Hee Ju's parents also quickly appear, but everyone is stuck in a deadlock, disappointment and worry. Seok is checking her mother's car camera, and asks the police to check her location at the time of the accident, including her phone. She suddenly appeared and asked Seok what she was doing. Seok asked her why she didn't cry because her real son had gone missing. So Seok suspected that she was involved in this accident later. She also told the truth that Seok's father was his grandfather. He had lied to her and her husband about the missing child. The next day, all of Hee Ju's relatives and friends were present at the scene. But at this time, Seok was meeting the police officer. He gave Seok a phone, which was Hee Ju's phone. Seok's father was in a government press conference. When the reporter asked about Seok's condition, he took the initiative to answer. He defended himself by saying that his son had a mental problem because of the drowning incident in the lake when he was young. But he was interrupted by the reporter. It turned out that the reporter had a recording of Jae's testimony, talking about the first time he met the real Seok, because they both thought they had a common enemy. Seok, Jae followed the real Seok to the villa, and right at the press conference, the reporter released Jae's recording, making Seok's father confused, because the recording had accused his son of being the mastermind of the recent kidnappings, as well as the missing cases at the orphanage in the past. At this moment, the police immediately appeared and rushed into the press conference, and read the arrest warrant for Seok's mother, because she was a suspect in a murder case. Yeon saw his mother, sitting and crying for Hee Ju, because she also just wanted Hee Ju to live in happiness. The news of Mrs. Peck's arrest also reached Hee Ju's parents. In the interrogation room, Mrs. Peck was being investigated, but she tried to challenge the police to find evidence of her involvement. At this moment, Seok appeared, placing on the dragon ring of his grandfather, who was actually his father. It turns out that in the ring, there was a video clip of her killing Seok's grandfather. It was to avenge her son's death. Seok asked her to tell the truth about Hee Ju's disappearance, because her phone and camera were being investigated by the police and the information inside the phone was extracted. Returning to the crime scene, it turned out that the car had not yet crashed into the abyss. The airbag had exploded and both were seriously injured. Then, a car appeared. Getting out was Seok's parents' butler. He carried the real Seok into the car. At that moment, Seok's mother called him to do something. The video clip was now restored by the police and they found the necessary information to save Hee Ju. It turned out that she had taken Hee Ju back and locked him in the warehouse. The serious crime squad quickly informed Seok to go rescue Hee Ju together. But they didn't expect that before that, she had told her housekeeper to deal with Hee Ju and save her son, if anything happened to her. In the painting, there was a lock that opened to the secret room of the Peck family. Hee Ju was locked here. The housekeeper was slowly walking towards her. Seok pressed the accelerator to rescue Hee Ju, but in fact, he had already let Hee Ju go. Hee Ju quickly left that scary house. She was very confused and scared. As for the door on this side, the real Seok was about to have a fit. The housekeeper decided to lock the real Seok's life behind that door. As soon as he locked it, Seok's father appeared and asked him to open the door, because he had been secretly following him since the press conference. When he saw him and his wife winking at each other, Hee Ju suddenly heard the gunshot. She panicked and fell to the ground. The real Seok and his father were struggling with each other. He dropped the gun because of his love for his daughter, but he didn't expect, and the next gunshot finished off Seok's father. Hee Ju woke up after the gunshot and continued to run away. At this time, he was slowly tracking Hee Ju. Seeing a car coming from afar, Hee Ju rushed out hoping to be saved. At this time he also saw Hee Ju. In the car at this time was our CEO Seok. He stepped out and hugged her. Both were choked up after the painful separation. The police were mobilized to track down the real Seok, who was hiding and had a weapon on him. As for Seok, at this time, he had taken her to the car to escape and return. On the way back, suddenly, he rushed out to block the car. He challenged Seok to come out to fight. Our Saw-on silently stepped out. At this time, the police siren was about to arrive. He tried his best to insult Saw-on, telling Saw-on the reason why he hated and wanted revenge on him so much. It turned out that it was his father, who had killed him in the past. That was why he was now looking for him to take revenge. Suddenly, he leaned closer and whispered a secret something with Saw-on, making him stunned, turning back to look at Hee Ju and shedding tears. It seems that the secret is related to Hee Ju. Gunshots rang out, and many memories of the two people appeared. Episode 11 ends here. See you all in the final episode of the movie when the phone rings. Will the truth that Saw-on knows change the fate of his life with Hee Ju? And is Hee Ju's call before something that also affects the feelings between them? To support our team, please give the team 1 like, 1 subscribe and 1 comment to encourage.